If you're like me, you tried to do some research, probably using TripAdvisor and other such feedback on the type of resort that you want to go visit. And if you look at these resorts here, the Grand Bahia Principe Punta Cana, and there's quite a bit of resorts. Like for example, we went to the Ambar. So if I click on the Ambar, what's very misleading here is you can see that if I go to get to know the resort and I go to a media map, it basically shows me one little resort by itself, and this could not be further from the truth. Actually, all these resorts, the Amber, if I look at other resorts, for example, here we go, the ESMERALDA, and again we look at this get to know the resorts media map, and again it shows it as one little resort. So then you start going through TripAdvisor and saying, is this one better than that one, and this is 5 stars, this is 4 stars. Well, let me tell you something. They're all under one big resort. There is no forest or edge. You can walk from one to the other. It's like one big city. It's just that each of these resorts has a main check-in hall, restaurant, bar, with some restaurants throughout. And let me show you how that actually works. Okay, let's have a look at what this resort really is. When you're coming in, it's sort of like this. And you come in through a road here. Okay, this is an example of the entranceway when you come in. Okay, and there's this long road that goes down. So when you go down this road, on this side here you have like a kids park. Okay, and that's like a water park. And then over here you have like a bicycle rental and so on. You go down, and basically what ends up happening is you get to the Bavaro. Okay, and the Bavaro is like this. It's like the main area here is the Bavaro, and from the Bavaro you're going in all different directions. These are some pictures of the Bavaro, the central meeting point that leads to all the other resorts. This is where we arrived with the bus, and from here we had to go to Ambar. Okay, so before we go to Ambar, basically this is Bavaro, and over here there was another Luxury Bavaro, and these are all like main halls where you have your check-in. Now from here you had shopping that would go around like this. And over here was like a big theater, and you had shopping all here. Here you had your casino, and we can see some pictures of that now. This was a main gathering point no matter which resort you stayed at, whether it be the Ambar, Bavaro, whatever. Okay, so you saw pictures of the theater and the casino area. And from the Bavaro you could go through, and there was another theater here. Okay, and in each of these restaurants, each of these reception halls, you had like your restaurant. Now what's interesting here is from the Bavaro you go around here and you have one main street that goes down, and you have another main street here that goes down to the beach, and another one here. Okay, so from the Bavaro you would take a little trolley car and you would go down here to the Ambar. So this would be to Ambar, right? But these are all like little condos on both sides. These are all rooms, and then thered be a pool and rooms and rooms. It's not separate, it's all, you know, and then you'd have like little restaurant here and a pool, and the same over here. So it's not as if Punta Cana and Bavaro and all of it is separate. Here we can see one of the 3 roads that go from Bavaro down to the different resorts. This is Ambar, for example, and as you go down here, we're going towards the beach. You're looking, and you can see that this is not Ambar on the right, so it was like a basically a village, and this is a road to Ambar to Bavaro, or from Ambar to Bavaro. And as you can see, as you go, there's all the different resorts, and they're all integrated together. There's no forest surrounding one and the other. You can look to the right, to your left. You can see these little buggies going back and forth. You see a road going down that way. This is all one big, huge resort. Now, it's quite nice, and it's great being big like that. There's long walks if you like to jog. Here you can see different types of condos or rooms. I suppose each resort has a different color theme and a different type of building. You can look down these little pathways. This is what the resort is actually like. It's not, you know, one little resort, or it's one big one, and they're like tiny boroughs. Ambar's a borough. PUNTA CANA is a borough, Bavaro is a borough, Bavaro Luxury is a borough, but they're not separated per se. And that's a little bus stop that you can take this little bus, and as you can see, you go through there. There's pools on both sides. Here you can see pools. There's pools everywhere. There's restaurants everywhere. So that's what it's really like. You would go down here till you would eventually get to the beach. So this would be the beach here. Okay? And you would come down here, and this would be Ambar. Okay? And over here would be Esmeralda. But they have these roads that come down, and then you have little pathways that go all around like this, and in between you have all the little places, condos and things like that. And here you may have a pool, and here you may have a pool, and so on, and here you may have a pool. So really, Esmeralda, Ambar, Bavaro, Luxury Bavaro, they're all part of one big thing, and you can just keep walking back and forth through all of them. Okay, so here you have, let's say, the Esmeralda, and you'd have the main hall here, and here you have the Ambar main hall. Okay, and you'd have the Ambar pool area, and you'd have buffet here, buffet here, buffet here, buffet there. So you have all these buffets, and you have all these little restaurants in building, like a restaurant here, restaurant there, restaurant there. So it's one big resort, and you would take a train back and forth. Here you can see an example of the pools. This is a little pathway to the beach. There's a bus stop. That's the beach. There's some more of the beach. There's another little buffet, okay? So really, this is all one big resort. So when you come in, like I said, you end up at the Bavaro, which is the center point. And from there, you can go, there's another one here. I think this is the Luxury Bavaro. And it services these condos. The Bavaro services these. The Ambar, you know, if you go down here, the Ambar services these condos, the Esmeralda services those, and so on. So it's one big resort, not a whole bunch of small ones. So this is like little boroughs that happen in between. A quick look at the Ambar where we stayed. This is the entranceway. This is where you check in. The restaurant's at the back. Then that's an example of the entranceway, little stores, gift boutiques, sample of our room, the bed, and that's it.